Yes, where we're at. So here's the movie. That's right. Great Adventure. Man, so we had a lot of fun here today. We got on pretty much everything. We grabbed all the credits. I'm still missing the kitty credit. I didn't get around to that.
Oh, we got another mine train.
Yeah, we finished everything today. We did everything in...
No, not Harley Quinn's Crazy Train.
I said everything except the kitty credit, Jay. I'm here with my brother and my family up there. They're up in front of me.
Hey, Mom! Wave to the camera.
So, overall, I like the park. It's not as bad as everyone says it is. It's really not as bad as everybody says it is. I enjoyed myself here. They have a great collection of coasters. Some are much better than others. Some surprised me in good ways, and some surprised me in some pretty bad ways. So,
Right now, that looks like Mom too.
yeah. So, last vlog I showed you, we had just gotten off El Toro, I believe. So I'm gonna pick up from there. If you haven't seen my vlog part 1, I'll leave the link in the description and click on the little eye thingy right there. I'll leave it right there. So, I started with So we went to Dark Knight, fun little wild mouse.
It's actually pretty fun.
It was really fun. Like the little pre-show and everything was
No,
cool.
but
Where like
the
there's
show
loud,
was
really loud noise, and there's like a bunch of stuff. Where like when you're sitting on the brake run, there's like this loud horn that comes at you. That was really cool, surprising element. Then we rode Nitro in the very back row. Great airtime, not as strong as Mako though, but it's more intense, if you know what I mean, and it's longer, but it's rougher and not as strong airtime as Mako in the back row. Still great hyper. It was one of the first hypers built, so not going to complain about that. We went to Batman the Ride. We rode in the very back row, and that thing hauled, man. That was comparable to Montu, the Great Adventure clone. The Great Adventure Batman clone was insane. Love that ride. Then we to Skull Mountain. Skull Mountain was cool. Back row, the drop was cool, but then after the drop, it was just kind of eh. Then we went to Justice League. Justice League was really cool. I got like 78,000, I think. Dang, look at that. That's like awesome. It looks so much better in person than it does on the camera right now. It's pretty dark right now. It's not quite black yet, but it's still dark. Alright, we're walking around. We're kind of lost. We're trying to get to the exit. Yeah, that's one thing. It's a little hard to navigate this park if you haven't been here in a long time. If you just haven't been here, it's kind of it's weird. It's slightly hard to navigate. Oh, I think this is the place where you can shortcut. Okay. Enough of that. It's not as bad as everyone says it is, like I said. Where am I? Skull Mountain. Justice League, 78,000, fun ride. Nothing, honestly, not as good as Universal Dark Rides in my opinion. I'm a little bit biased towards them, but let me see. We did the River Rapids. I didn't get very wet at all. It was a little bit disappointing. And then Superman, also disappointing. The pretzel loop was nice, not as good as, nowhere near as good as Vanta's pretzel loop. Nowhere near as intense either. Nowhere near as long, nowhere near as good theming, nowhere near Manta. It was just an okay ride. It was a little bit smoother than Manta in my opinion, actually. Let me see, next, Green Lantern. Oh my goodness. If you haven't seen my live stream on Instagram, check it out. Jeez, bro. It was intense, but it was painful. It was like, Green Lantern was high-key painful. I wouldn't honestly, if you had to skip a major credit with a long line, skip Green Lantern and Superman. Don't even go near DC. It's overrated. If you've been on a flyer, it's most likely better than this mediocre pile of metal. And don't ever ride a stand-up coaster. Just don't do it. Green Lantern was just rough. It was like the intensity of Batman, but you had to stand through that. And I tried to do this thing where like someone suggested that I try to like sit down, like almost like sit down and like bend my knees forward, but they told me to sit straight up. So I did it, and I experienced the deadly pain of a B&M stand-up. I don't like stand-ups at all. So we hit that, and then we did Runaway Mine Train in the front row. It was just a nice ride, chill ride. It was stupid. The first part, like the first little section was alright, and after that it's just horrible, rough, such bad profiling, it was not good. But then there's like a stand-up ejector airtime moment. It was honestly better than half of Nitro's airtime. Honestly, that was so weird. It's like that very last hill before the brake run, before that turn on the brake run. It was really dumb airtime. It's so good. And then we went on Bizarro. We go to the back row, and it was pretty good. Not as good as Kraken in my opinion. Not as intense. I'm not sure. I don't know if that's because it's night and it's cool. I don't really know. Maybe I got a bad ride. Maybe I got a good ride. It was smooth. It was definitely smoother than Kraken though. So we'll do a closer fight about that. And then I rode El Toro at night. Let me just tell you, if you think there's no such thing as a perfect coaster, then you haven't ridden El Toro. Oh my goodness, I already showed you that. It's like a cool little area right here. But yeah, El Toro, that has been my first review. I have so much to say about that coaster. A little bit rough. Some of like the turns and stuff kind of gave me a headache. I rode it twice. I actually did like a mini marathon, I guess. I didn't even have to like run around the station again because there was nobody in my row trying to get on. So as soon as the lap bars lifted up, I looked over and there's no one there, and I just pushed it back down. So cool. I was considering riding it a third time, but my head honestly kind of hurt. That's what you get from intense coasters though. So the thing that no one talks about on El Toro is like the intensity. It has intensity too, like those back-to-back turns and like those turns at the end of the ride, they're great. Everyone raves about this airtime, but I mean those turns are fantastic too. So I have so much to say about this coaster. I'm gonna get into a review later, but other than that, this has been Six Flags Great Adventure. See you guys next time. Peace out.